This is AC Starlord, aka Austin. Welcome back to my channel. And this is the ninth movie in the Halloween movie marathon. We have The Monkey, a short film, I mean a short story by Stephen King, and produced by James Wan, I believe, that did The Conjuring and I guess the one Fast and the Furious movie, or a couple of them. And you have story based on Stephen King. Now, you don't want this monkey that's right behind me or this monkey on this cover to do anything with his drum. Now, if he goes up here and he spins his little drumstick and he hits his drum, you do not want that to happen. Because if you do that, if he does that, bad things start happening. But this monkey was um, passed on to from family members down the line. So in this story, you have two twins, brothers. They have a series of deaths with a monkey, but their father passed it down to them. Their father passed it down to them, and each time the monkey comes around, I mean, so in the very beginning, the monkey was his, and they passed it out to the kids. But every time the monkey was around, it makes it worse for one of them. So you have, um, I know one of the kids' name is Bill. We have Bill, and then you have the other brother, which I don't remember his name, sadly. And then he has a son. And then later on, the other son has a son. The other brother has a son named Petey later on. But throughout their childhood wasn't that bad and wasn't that good and wasn't the best. But they had what they had, and their dad ran out on them. The dad was a pilot. Later on, that mentions the dad later on in the film when they get 25 years later. But when things started happening, like the babysitter died because of the monkey, when they're at a kibashi grill and the guy liked the babysitter and then he ends up killing her because of the monkey. The monkey ends up killing their mom and then ends up killing their uncle later on down the road. And it is a very it's a very interesting story, but the way the monkey kills people is like again hitting the drum several times. And once the last drumstick gets hit, once the drumstick gets hit on the drum those things start happening. And then later on, the older brother Bill was trying to look for the monkey, alternate his um old child funeral suit to dress up for funerals, and he started killing people in the town because he was trying to kill his brother because he knew his brother killed his mother, but his brother was actually trying to kill his brother because the monkey doesn't take requests of who he kills. The monkey randomly kills any person that's around them or proximity or whatever. The monkey have its own mind of its own who it wants to end the life of. And then at one point, Bill never took off his funeral clothes, so he never took off his funeral clothes. Simple as that. But this movie is also very storytelling. The way it's narrated by the other twin, and it's kind of like Ralphie narrates um a Christmas story or the main where the Christmas story, a Christmas story with Ralphie and his brother and how he wants to revive a BB gun, right? Well, this is kind of like that. Like Stephen King wrote the story for the other the other twin to tell the story of when they were children about their father, about his brother Bill, about their mother, their aunt, and uncle, and all that stuff, telling the story. And 25 years later, that storytelling, the narration goes away because he's older, and he has a son named Petey, and he's trying to protect his family, even his wife and his strange son, from the monkey because even family, because he doesn't want nothing to happen, and ends up their aunt dies, and then it brings all those things back up to where he's older, right? And all that stuff. So I like the narration of it because it reminded me of A Christmas Story, and it's very interesting how he did that. This is a perfect horror film. Some things don't always happen. The monkey doesn't always attack. It is also suspenseful of just talk. They're talking how he also got bullied in school because the brother would say he has a toy monkey, but then really the Bill ends up being the one that's obsessive over this monkey towards the end. And it's very interesting, has a lot of elements to it. It's a very good horror film. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend checking it out for this Halloween season, the spooky season, as you say, as people say. Also check out The Long Walk from Stephen King, and then I guess about to have The Running Man coming out with Stephen King. So check those things out. But this movie, check this out as well if you haven't seen it. This one's really good. Check it out. Check it out. It's the monkey. It's the monkey. Check it out. I already did a review on this before, but this is my other review for Halloween Movie Marathon. The Monkey is just an interesting horror film. There's a lot of things I could talk about it. James Wan is good at what he is doing. I can see why The Conjuring and all those other movies he did were very good and very good and very scary and very interesting. It's also very glory with blood and gore and stuff like that. So he's good at that. So you have that if you like that. And just the story itself is really good. Now I don't know how the short story goes, but this movie, if the short story goes like the movie, then it's pretty much the same. Now there is one guy in here that had long hair that dressed like a police officer and try to get the other twin and PD2 where Bill was at. And the monkey reminds him of his father. Now, the father looked exactly like the same father in the very beginning, so the father got around. But I don't think that that guy ends up dying after they meet him by some bees, but they didn't really said that they had it could have had there could be three brothers, but no one really said that that guy was really their brother. But or related, but it's the same guy that's the father was a pilot and then he became a police officer, so like could possibly. So there's also that theory in there. But this movie is good. It's a perfect horror film. I recommend seeing it. So if you like this video, put a like. If you like this video, put a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and deuces.